Good evening, everyone. Time for another silver update. Well, we're still falling. Look to be falling to strong support at 25. Don't know yet whether we're going to reach it or cross through it. Couple of lines here. 25, strong support, of course, and then long-term support around 21. That is the old breakout point. A lot of people are getting real edgy and stuff. I think a lot of the people who might be getting edgy are ones who bought recently. If you will recall, it took us 1, 2, 3 years, so a long time to break out of this 21 point, and that was only back at last October. So we ran from 21 to 31, near 32, 31.2, and so it really hasn't been that long since the price was around 21. So that's just to give some perspective. Drawn a long-term trend line here to where we need to be if we correct back to it. It's kind of interesting that it's projecting the price of around $21.50 around April. So even if we correct back to that, it will bring us back to the trend line and support. So that may be a good target. I'm still doubting that for a couple of reasons. One, this breakdown here on the MACD, we've now passed through the zero line and we're down to negative 0.424, which, as you can see, that's approaching the 1 year oversold. And if it continues down, if we continue down to 25, then our MACD is going to be below this one and approaching the 2008 bottom. So we're looking at a real oversold condition, which is very healthy, especially since we haven't really fallen that far price-wise. 31 to 27. Silver Eagles are still going for around $30. I think Tulving is about 29 now, and I've been checking the inventory on the different ones. Wanted to point out what a reader commented. NM Reich sent me a message saying hello. Solved the inventory problem with APMEX, because I don't know if you remember, but if you put 4 9s in, if it's more than that, you just get 4 9s. You don't know how much the inventory is. So he figured out a way to do that, and appreciate that. I didn't have the chance to test it myself, but you can if you want to. What you do is you get Google Chrome, you go to APMEX, you go to the Silver Eagles, you right-click on that text box where you enter the quantity, and then you select Inspect Element, and then it will show you the code. And if you examine the code, you can see down here, well, he says double-click on the number 4 as the parameter for max length, enter 6 instead of 4. And then you type 6 9s in there. So you're altering the selection when you put that 6 9s, and he said he saw 41,000 available. So that's a little clue for people to do, and you can check the inventory that way. If we are going to see a type of sell-off like we had in 2008, we will expect inventory to dry up on the physical, and we're not seeing that yet, but we did see it then, and we may see it. Depends on where we go. I want to check some other charts. Crude oil is a critical one to keep an eye on. Crude seems to be signaling a pretty strong deflationary move here, so we'll wait and see how far it goes down. It's kind of interesting. I heard that Jimmy Rogers just recently predicted $150 to $200 oil, and those of you who follow the conspiracy school have are familiar with Lindsey Williams' call of 150 to 200. So we seem to be moving in the opposite direction. Some other charts, the euro, we're in rally mode in the euro, which is interesting because that means the dollar's falling, which we would expect to see the dollar chart falling, which it is, but silver is falling as well. So that would make us expect to see a virtual crash in silver euro, which we'll see what we get here. And just as silver and gold went up in all currencies at the same time, obviously if they can go up in all currencies at the same time, they can also go down in all currencies at the same time. So looking at our silver priced in euros, it's not that much more of a dramatic move than what, say, we had in the dollar. We do have an interesting correction, though, back to a trend line that we don't see in silver and dollars, but we do see it in silver and euros. So we'll just have to wait and see where we correct to. I wanted to check the palladium real quick, because as I said yesterday, that's tends to be economically sensitive, and it seems pretty strong. It's gone down below 800. It was up around 815, 820, so it is getting a little bit weaker. So we're really seeing mixed signals. Now, you know, the Dow went up over 100, so it's really unclear as to what these are trading off of. My best guess is that silver is just simply trading off of being overbought, and so it's healthy to see it sell off a little bit. I know a lot of you who want to buy more. This isn't really enough. If you do, I think you can get monster boxes for around $29 from Tulving. That's about as cheap as you're going to get them right now. So for those of us that have been around for quite a while, this is still just a it's a blip in the road. It's tiny compared to some of the stuff we've endured. So it's one of those things you just kind of yawn and look for an opportunity to buy more. This thing could completely correct and we could come down to here. That'd be healthy, and we all know the silver fundamentals. It'd be good for people to get in, and as long as there's physical available at that price. If it falls too far, you probably will have a hard time sourcing it. Had some readers comment about the fact that I check eBay for prices. One of the reasons I do that is because in the past, during this drop-off, the silver just wasn't available. Northwest Territorial Mint was delivering 6 months out. So, you know, you can't really price based on people who aren't delivering. That's not a real price. You have to go by prices of people who are ready to deliver the silver at the moment. At that time, eBay was the only one. The rest of them were pretty much out of stock. So that's why I always keep an eye on eBay. That gives me an idea of what people are really willing to pay at the moment without waiting. And right now we don't have any waiting, but we may if we keep dropping. So we'll just watch and see where we go. Talk to you next time.